saying.
Y'all was down. Y'all was down. Y'all was all three of y'all was down. I ain't saying nothing though. I just let it rock. It's a long season. I don't want to talk. And niggas bounce back. Might get his first win, and he hype.
I'm saying, but listen,
I knew it was over once I seen go off. I was like, it's over. Yo.
That helped me out. That whole game helped me out,
bro. But I knew that versus Dallas, Odell was gonna go off because their defense is trash.
Their defense is fucking horrible. Like I didn't see him having that good of a game though. But damn,
yo, it's crazy. Jarvis Landry throws a better deep ball than Wentz because the pass that he threw to Odell, I'm like, oh my god, the Dallas is terrible.
And then y'all two was talking smack the whole weekend about the fantasy. I was cracking up.
I'm mad as shit, yo. Chubb got hurt.
That came through. That was karma.
Hurt up. That shit.
Go down. I got Hunt. Hunt go right there and get busy.
But I'm 0-4 in that league. I'm 0-4 in this jump. My other jump 2-2.
That whole kind of deep. That's a deep pull right there.
Yo, how y'all gonna do the trade and then the players y'all trade both have a good week? Like,
cause I don't need none of them. I don't need the niggas I traded.
I was like, wow.
He need them more than me.
Nah, hell no, I need them.
Bro,
do you see the points I put up every week? Like I put up points every week, bro.
And you still took L's.
I didn't need them, bro. I mean, it's true.
You need them niggas.
Nah, man. Actually, I'm kind of miss Boyd a little bit, but I hope Fuller, step up. I was starting to like Boyd.
Him and Watson, bro, you gonna be straight. He their best receiver.
But
he put up numbers. He only had one bad game this whole year.
All right, we'll see.
He only had one bad game this whole year. And that was the first game, and that was like the second game of the season. He had like no catches. He was hurt.
This week I play Ravi, so I need this win to kind of beat the guy in front of me a little bit. You know what I mean? So
I still could lose a couple more games and I'll be fine.
No, see, you was banking on Russell Wilson every week. I told you he's gonna come back to earth.
Okay. No, he's still gonna have his. This probably gonna be his one of his worst games that he had, and it was against Miami. I thought.
He still 2 for 4, didn't he?
No, I think he threw 2.
He threw 2.
I think he threw 2. Tom Brady had more points than him this week.
Man,
hey, that's your man's too. And that's your
Tom is just on the back burner. I'll put him in.
Yo, come on, man. Make up your mind. Was it the system or the quarterback? What's up?
Was it the system? Yeah, 5 passes. That was crazy, but I still don't really believe in that.
All right, fellas, let's get started, man. I guess Ravi ain't gonna show, so go ahead and get started. Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Trenches, episode 4. And as you can see, we got our main panel here that we normally have. I'm your host, of course, Big Mike on the BigMike.LittleAnt channel. Start from top to bottom, we got Jeff.
Yo, what's up? Wait. Like a promo. Hold up.
I mean, it's what I do, man, every week. So.
Oh.
Jordan.
Yo,
and Tobi.
Good.
And this week we're without Ravi again, but I'm sure he'll be back on another show. So let's get right into it, fellas. The first question. Thoughts on the Eagles? They moved up on the chart of the topics because they finally got a win. So thoughts on the Eagles' first big win, and the question is, will this turn the season around? Jeff, why don't you start, man?
I knew he's gonna come to me first, but you know what? If Winston just maybe not get all new receivers like I've been saying. But maybe I guess the rhythm between Wentz and these receivers, because he ain't even never had nobody to throw the ball to. So he got one good game under his feet. So he might go for another one. Actually, this might spark a run, but it might still be too late. I don't see him getting in the playoffs as bad as the Cowboys are. That one win is all the hope they got left. And I'm like, look, man, they probably will go on a little run after this one win. But I think just give Wentz some time because them receivers, I guess he gonna gel with them. They ain't bringing nobody in. We in week 4 now? Like they haven't done like a blockbuster trade to bring him a weapon because they say he's so bad. If he's so
nobody else to bring in,
you normally go get him a weapon, and he ain't got none. So he getting with these receivers got, which is actually typically Philadelphia Eagles style, like they did with McNabb. Put him a whole bunch of trash around them, tried to have a great defense and just wanted him to win games, but he never had no receivers. And then as soon as he got one, Wentz ain't get that one yet. I still got some faith in Wentz, but maybe this will turn the season around.
I'm gonna let Jordan go last. Tobi.
Yeah.
The W was against the injured 49ers team, so I'm not really looking much deep into it. The backup quarterback was throwing picks. You know, he's trash. It's not. They play the Steelers next week, and then they play the Ravens. So, in my eyes, that's two more L's coming their way. And then after they play those two teams, they play they play the Giants and then the Cowboys. So the Giants they should win that game, and then the Cowboys. That game is gonna be like, yo, who's really not the asses in the division? Because right now they all ass, but who's really not the asses of the ass? So that game will determine. Now, this game didn't really mean much. It just was a much needed W though. He really needed this W. I'll say that, but I don't think it's the type of W that's gonna change the season around. I feel like that's gonna come once they get up to the Giants and then once they play the Cowboys.
Jordan, our resident Eagle fan this week. What's your thoughts on that, man?
I mean, I think it was big for them, obviously, to get a win. I'm kind of gonna agree with Tobi. Like, when I went into that game, like me going into that game, everybody was kind of like, "Oh, this is an upset," but I didn't see it as an upset. Like, I saw the Eagles winning this game because they didn't have Jimmy G. Like, period. I went into the game telling people. I remember I was talking to my boy. I'm like, "Listen, if they can get pressure on the quarterback, like the positives from that game were the fact that the defensive line dominated. If the defensive line can get pressure like that all year, we will be in every game that we play. Period. I don't care who they play against. Because if you can pressure the quarterback and he can't get any throws off, the more time you give us, the more chances you give us to score. It seemed like we tried to get it together. Wentz threw his best deep ball. Wentz threw his best pass all year on that touchdown to the Bull Fulgham. So maybe this will give him some more confidence throwing the ball. And like I said, I liked our play calling. You know, he got out on the edge, finally ran some runs, had some RPOs in there. So I'm happy about it because we got the win. And I think it'll spark some confidence in them. But, you know, I do think that I kind of do agree with Tobi was saying, like, all right, this is not really like like I would rather them play like they played against the 49ers. And if they play like that against the Steelers but lose, I'll be all right. I'm not gonna lie. I will completely be okay because it shows that they have something. The Steelers are clearly a better team than the Eagles. So, but I'm hoping we can spark a run. Hoping we can get in the playoffs.
I think you get in the playoffs, like I said, because the Cowboys are just that bad. And we'll get to the Cowboys later on. But, yeah, I kind of agree with all y'all, all y'all points. That the offense only scored 17 points still. You know what I mean? So the offense still ain't putting up enough numbers. Wentz had 193 yards, so that's sub 200 yards. But I think he's starting to trust his legs more like he did in 2017. I think he was scared after he was injured and stuff like that. And now he's starting to trust him more. Either that or he's just like, I got to do whatever to keep my job. Either way, he running more. So I think that's a good thing. But the schedule, like Tobi said, is crazy. I think even after the Cowboys, like another hard team. So that's going to be tough. But I think I think they can still get in because I don't trust the Cowboys. Who is it, Tobi?
Browns.
Oh, that's easy. Or whatever. But well, I don't know. You never know with the Browns. They put up points, whatever. So but the defense, like I said, that 1 week against the Bengals in the last fourth quarter, the defense show up in spurts and whatever like that. So that'd be good thing.
The defense shows up when they kind of need them too. Like, especially when you look at, like, I know we can't talk about last year because last year they played subpar teams going in late. But like, even when you look at what they did in the playoff game, like Seattle, like they held Seattle to 17 points. And if you have as many opportunities as Josh McCown had to win that game last year, I'm pretty sure Carson Wentz makes enough plays for us to win that game. The defense shows up when they have to. And the most dominant part of that team that the Eagles have is the defensive line. Like, this is truly the best I've seen the defensive line play, like, in a while. Like, it made me look at them like, yo, this looks like their D-line that we went to the Super Bowl with. They were that dominant. Like, they controlled the line of scrimmage. The quarterback got some throws off, but for the majority of the game, they controlled the line of scrimmage. it's hard to always run the ball on the Eagles, but you can throw for 400 yards on the Eagles.
But they got two people from that year's defense on the line anyway. With Graham
only Cox and Graham.
So it's really the same D line.
Nah,
and who else they got in there?
But Jackson too though.
We got Hargrave. We got Malik Jackson was out. I think Barnett was. Barnett might have been a rookie. Barnett was a rookie when we went to the Super Bowl.
He was there though.
Hargrave. We got Jackson. They got the boy Redway. I mean, you probably don't. I mean, I don't know. You probably don't. But I don't know. But he's all right. You feel me? Like they got some guys. They got Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat been balling.
Point is, they have to because the offense can't score 24 points, so they're gonna have to play that way.
What was Wentz's What was his passing percentage? Was it bad? Was it like
he was? I think he was like 18 for 28. So that wasn't.
I don't know. He had
193 and how many picks?
He had a pick.
But on listen, Jordan, on that throw. If the DB turned his head around, that could have got picked, yo. It could have went either way. I'm sorry. The DBs in the NFL are horrible, bro. I'm telling you.
It was good. No, I think it was good coverage, but you don't think it was a better throw?
It was great coverage, but he ain't turned his head around. That's the problem. The DBs in the NFL are horrible. Yo, I'm telling God. Hey. Like they play the man, not the ball, all the time. I can't believe it.
Why it's a passing lead?
Huh?
But I mean, that was the best passing lead. That was the best pass I've seen them throw all year.
It was a good pass. Yeah, it was a good pass. But it was good coverage too. I would say that.
His mechanics were set up. Like sometimes his mechanics are like his right foot's in front of the left foot. Like what the fuck are you doing? Like
also, I'm gonna say Hurts definitely not ready. Yo. I watched him. He like a deer in headlights out there. Yo. He definitely.
Yeah. I mean,
even though that fumble, whatever, wasn't his fault, but he got burned. He got a couple snaps.
Fumbled twice.
He fumbled again last game. I didn't.
Yeah.
That wasn't his fault, bro. It was snapped on the wrong side.
I don't care.
Yeah, come on, bro. You're athletic. Come on, you gotta get that thing and get it out. Like you know what I'm saying. But even the first fumble that he had last week, the fumble he had last week was on a play that he's ran a million times in his whole life.
I mean, he ain't ready. Like I said, I don't think he's ready. I think he's not ready. Whatever like that.
He's definitely not.
No. All right.
Let's
move forward off the Eagles to Jeff's fantasy quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, right now. And the question number 2 is he moving ahead of Russell Wilson in the MVP race? What are your thoughts? Let's start with Tobi. What do you think?
Damn, is he moving ahead? I don't think he got any picks on the season. Like
13 TDs, no picks.
No picks. Sheesh. Aaron Rodgers is a problem. I'm not gonna say he's moving ahead of Russ yet because I mean honestly I don't know. It's close. I'm still gonna give it to Russ right now because he has absolutely no defense. I think Aaron Rodgers' defense, he has a better defense around him. They could get more stops than Russell Wilson. Having to go out there and throw a whole bunch of TDs, to win games. But Aaron Rodgers is moving up the ladder, but I wouldn't say he passed Russell. Yeah, he's great though.
Jordan, what you think, man?
Nah, yeah, I agree with Tobi. I got to give it to Russ too. I mean, like I said, they're both neck and neck. I mean, they're great. They're both battling for it. But at the end of the day, I'm going to give it to Russell Wilson because I think that, like last night, Aaron Rodgers had no real receivers out there. They were all hurt, right? And he still, you know what I'm saying, which is amazing.
4.
Well, the one guy had 3. I mean, that's still incredible. But sometimes you watch the Seahawks and it's like they don't even block for this guy, and he's still throwing for 4+ touchdowns. Like I got to give it to Russ though.
Jeff, what you think, man?
How many touchdowns do Russell got?
I think 15. No, he don't have
14 or 15. I think he has 14.
But he had 5+ in the first 3 games.
But that's 15 right there. So,
or at least he had
16. He got 16 touchdowns, 2 picks. Yeah.
And Russ got 13. And Rodgers got 13
and no picks.
No picks. And they go 4-0.
Yeah.
So you giving it to Rodgers?
Nah, I'm gonna give it to Russ, but he gotta hold on tight. You gotta hold on tight because Rodgers is coming, man. Like, and
It was scary,
without
man.
Devontae Adams, and that's a major key right there. Like,
Word
Major
up.
he
key.
didn't even got Devontae, and he making
Ain't
all these
even.
other guys.
Facts.
You
But
know, he
that's
just
my
making
point
them.
I'm making about you and Wentz. You said about the receiver. I'm like, yo, he's 6-0 without Devontae Adams right now over the last 2
Yeah,
seasons.
I mean,
All right, let's not even
but
like.
the Eagles' offensive line and the Packers' offensive line is different because Rodgers is standing up all game. He runs. Wentz is kind of like we talk about his pocket presence because he never has a pocket to throw out of.
Right? Okay.
And he doesn't know when it's coming and know when to get out of there.
Right.
So yes, the offensive line we already know. Peters is old. One guy is out. The line is broken down. So Rodgers is standing up doing this right, looking clean.
Right.
Wentz looks bad because it's just not connecting because the line is crashing in on him, you know. And Aaron Rodgers is like the routes
The
they've run is they've been the same offense all we ever known, and they just plug people in and they get production out of them. Because besides Devontae Adams, name another. He did have okay, he had
well,
Nelson and whatever, but look what
the
he's
guy
doing right now, and
Lazard,
he's quiet about it.
the
Nobody's
guy.
out. Russell, they gave him no publicity,
Yeah.
and that's just the point. But it's getting close, man.
Lazard is forming into a great number 2 wide receiver for him.
He hurt
Who?
now too, though.
Yeah, he's hurt too, but I think his last name's Lazard. I don't know his first name.
Lazard, Allen,
Yeah.
Alan
Alan
Lazard. Yeah,
Lazard.
yeah, yeah,
He's
Allen.
And
forming
look, they
into a
might have a
serious.
third in the do with the three names.
Yeah,
Oh,
scam. Yeah,
Valdez
yeah.
Scantling. Yeah.
They got a
Yeah,
serious trio.
yeah, he
They're
got he's
they're
serious.
trios
But
for
I
real.
feel like that Rodgers make receivers. Like, what happened to Jordan Nelson after he left the Packers? Like, he was like done or whatever like that.
I
He was
mean, he was.
already hurt when he left.
Yeah,
Honestly, he
yeah.
just stole
He
the
came
money
to the
from us.
Yeah, he came to the Raiders and he was
We
washed.
we pay
That's
for
why they got rid
injuries
of him.
all the time. We pay for
Right.
names. We don't pay for we out of that transitional phase of when we were terrible,
Yeah,
and
he
we
was
paid him that money.
Nah,
But he
don't
was
don't
hurt
don't
when
don't
he
take
left.
anything away from Jordy Nelson, Mike. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Come on,
Don't
Mike.
don't do that.
Come on.
All right.
Who was
So
great after he left Rodgers, though? I'm saying. Like, Rodgers make
huh?
receivers great, I feel like, man.
I mean, I know I agree with you, but you can't take anything away from.
But Rodgers always
And
has
you
had
can't
a
take it.
good offensive line. He's never running around scrambling. He's in the pocket clean. The Eagles have had offensive line problems since.
The Super Bowl. No, forever.
Even
Since Andy Reid.
even Jennings was good with Rodgers. Then with Minnesota was trash. Like they go
Nah, in
downhill.
Minnesota, he had a year where he was
Nah,
pretty.
he wasn't trash, but they didn't have anybody though. They had Brett Favre was throwing the ball.
I mean, either way,
Either way, I'm just saying. I feel like he make
Rodgers
like,
is still. I don't know.
I feel you.
He coming up on Russ.
yeah. About the
Just
question,
because
yeah. Back to the
Who you
question.
put? You still taking him over? So are you taking Rodgers over Russ? Like period, just like in general, like.
Huh? Yeah, because I compare Rodgers to Mahomes. I feel like Mahomes doing stuff Rodgers used to do, and I say that all the time. And it's like, yo, if I'm talking about Mahomes and Rodgers like I do, Russ, you're having an MVP season, but it's really because you was putting the splashy numbers up. Now, once it comes back down to earth, the consistency that Aaron Rodgers will display, I think he might challenge Mahomes, but Mahomes probably about to do some stuff we never even seen in our life because that's what he does. Aaron Rodgers is older, Mahomes is more young, inspiring. He got the hair, all that, got the pizzazz right now.
You got the
Gonna
hair.
win an MVP over Rodgers, but Rodgers might chip him in the Super Bowl. I don't know. He looking good out there, man.
I
Might
think
be a
Rodgers trying to prove they shouldn't have drafted Jordan Love and stuff like
it's
Yeah,
that.
the
that
angry
inspired him.
yeah, it's the angry Aaron tour.
Yeah,
Inspired.
Yeah.
definitely. And they might have wasted a pick on Jordan Love, and they could have used something
So
else.
stupid.
Nah, I don't know.
Waste
I
of a
don't.
pick. Waste of a pick, bro. Waste of a pick.
I don't know, bro. You can't say that until he steps on the field, bro. You really can't say that until he steps on the field.
When is he gonna step on the field, bro?
Right.
It doesn't matter.
What?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter, bro. He's a
It
first
doesn't
round
matter,
pick.
though. It doesn't because when he's ready to step on the
Never gonna
field,
be Aaron
he's going
Rodgers.
to be ready.
He's never gonna be Rodgers.
Bro, you're okay.
Okay.
These are all recorded. These are all recorded. These are all on
This is
YouTube.
recorded.
So it's all right. It's all right. He's gonna be serious. He's gonna be serious. I'm gonna say he's gonna be nice.
It ain't gonna be Rodgers though. I'm sorry.
No, I
to
ain't
say.
saying Rodgers, but he gonna be for real. You don't sit there and sit behind one of the best quarterbacks in the league and you know what I'm saying?
They're gonna end up trading him.
But
I don't know. I see it happen all the time.
Where, bro?
Like cats be behind Peyton Manning. like rookies.
Yeah,
And
who
they
came
always
up behind
playing
Peyton?
out like, come
Who?
on, cats
Who?
behind Tom Brady, and they don't be
Who?
panning out like. So you
None of them.
think it's
None
a
of them
good
ever had the
person of
talent of
him
Jordan
behind
Love.
Aaron Rodgers, huh?
None of them ever were Jordan Love. You're talking about Matt Castle and all them other. They were. Come on.
I'm just saying. I'm sure they had draft picks in the game
No,
for quarterbacks.
no, none of them. If they didn't feel like he was worthy, if he didn't have
Wait,
the,
maybe Jimmy G might be. It depends on how he get over on y'all.
I mean, Jimmy G's doing all right. I mean, he's doing
I'm
all
just
right. But
saying,
if they
Trav.
didn't feel like he didn't have talent to go in the first round, they would have never drafted him in the first round.
Yeah,
Mm.
but you could have used that on something else you need right now today. Like,
No, I agree with you. No, I agree with you. But they're gonna look back and be like, thank God, because it's hard to find a franchise QB. If he can be a
He
franchise QB,
got one.
there's
They got one.
no.
Yeah,
But what I'm
Rodgers
saying,
don't play. When is he gonna get asked, bro? Like when
bro,
you can play till like you're 40 now, bro.
bro, that's fine. He can sit for 3-4 years. That's fine. Or they can trade him. But my thing is, imagine they'll be set up with another franchise quarterback. They went from Favre to Rodgers, and then imagine them going to Love. They've both gotten Super Bowls for them. I'm not saying Jordan Love's going to win them the Super Bowl, but he was a first-round talent. He can be something, bro. You just got to wait till he gets on the field.
we'll see,
For some
man.
reason, Wisconsin seems like the place where abnormal circumstances happen. Like a guy playing for the Atlanta Falcons gets traded for, and he's the guy. And then the guy that sits all the way at the end of the first round ends up behind the guy like that, and then he's the guy. And now getting drafted in the first round, that just seems too plain for the Wisconsin Green Bay organization.
We shall see, man. Like Jordan said, it is recorded, so it's on YouTube. It's on wax. So moving forward, man. Jordan's favorite team, the Cowboys, stuff like that. But nah, they lose again. And my question is actually, now they're 1-3. It should be 0-4. Should they regret hiring Mike McCarthy? Was he the right coach to hire? What do you think, Jordan?
I don't think he was the answer. But to be honest, I think the answer is with like Jerry. I don't know if it's Jerry Jones like being in McCarthy's ear, or I don't know really what it is going on over there, because like, to be honest, they have more talent than the Eagles. Like, they have so much talent and they can never put it together. And you can sit there and be like, okay, well, it's coaching, or it's Jerry Jones, and his son. So I really don't even know if it's Mike McCarthy, but I know he wasn't the answer for them, because I never believed in Mike McCarthy, even when he was with Green Bay. I feel like a lot of coaches ride these coattails of some players like Aaron Rodgers. When you have Aaron Rodgers in his prime and the offense that they had, plus they had a great team when they went to the Super Bowl and they beat the Steelers. Yeah. They had a great offense. They had a great defense. I'm not going to take away anything from them being a coach, but I mean, we could probably all put our knowledge together and got that team to the Super Bowl. They got to go out there and play. So at the end of the day, you look at how talented this team is, and you know what I'm saying, you're just kind of looking at it like, I don't know if it's him. I don't know if it's the owner, but I mean, I still don't believe he was ever the answer. But to answer your true question, no, he wasn't the answer, but I don't know what the answer is. So maybe y'all have an answer for me on that one, because I really don't know what they can do to fix what they have, because they have so much talent.
Tobi, what you think about should they have hired the coach or not, McCarthy or not?
He wasn't. The thing about the Cowboys is Jerry Jones needs a coach that he could control, that's not going to be bigger than him. So that was Mike McCarthy. He's not the answer to make them a Super Bowl team. I don't, like Jordan said, I don't know what the answer is. But he's the coach Jerry wanted. So therefore, it's the right hire, because Jerry wanted that type of guy. The thing that's wrong with them is that, first of all, they got CD Lamb when they should have just got like a defensive player, a corner or something, because their defense is fucking horrible. They didn't need more offensive firepower. They was already scoring points last year. They need to get their defense together. And then they had Mike Nolan as a defensive coordinator.
Yeah, oh, he's trash.
He has to go. Like that's to me, that's their real issue. Their defense is really that bad, and the offense doesn't start off fast. But when they start off, I mean, once they get going, they're scoring a lot of points. Their defense is already given up nearly 50 points. I don't know. He has to change something. I feel like it's too early to say that it was a bad hire, even though it probably was a bad hire. But for Jerry Jones is a good hire. But give it some more weeks. Let's see if we could change things around when they beat a good team. Because I know they play like 2 ass teams in a row, so they might win those games. And then it might be like, oh shit, the Cowboys are good again, but they have to beat a good team first. So these next few games won't really tell the full story.
Jeff, what do you think about McCarthy? Should they have kept him or not, or hired him?
I feel like with Mike McCarthy, think that good enough, right? And I think Jerry had to hire somebody who he could justify having to spend the money that he gonna have to spend on that, right?
Yeah.
And that's why Dak is getting all these yards because Mark McCarthy worked with quarterbacks, so he gonna sling it around, but they not getting no points. You know what I'm saying? Like, or they're giving up, big leads and having to come back, and it's like, because what they have, how many points they have? 38.
38.
Yeah.
38.
Well, yeah.
All right. So they slinging around. So look, right. If you got the chance to score 38, how much is your defense on the field? And that defense isn't fit to go through shootouts. Like,
well, yeah. The crazy thing about that though is, like, when you saw the game halftime for them, the score I believe was like 31-14.
who?
So the Cleveland and Dallas game, I believe at halftime the score was like 31-14. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I get what you're saying about how, like, the defense is, on the field, obviously, because the offense can't score in the first half. But that's incredible to me how, like, you guys can't score in the first half. Like, that's a problem. If they could score in the first half, they probably win the game. Like,
but look, he's throwing a lot of yards too. So he's throwing a lot, but they're not punching it in.
Yeah,
not getting points at the thing. So, this Jerry wanted to make it seem like, look, we got a lot of yards and we slinging it around because he got to pay that, and he gonna have to pay what he ain't want to pay because that can sling it around, but the defense is trash. And
well, actually, Jeff, I'm happy you said that. That's a good segue to the next question. It's about Dak, obviously, and the question was: is Dak as good as his numbers say? Or is it because he's always behind? And should Dallas pay him? So you kind of just answered that. So what do you think, Jeff? Should they pay him? And is he as good as his numbers say he is?
He just gonna be the example. And Jerry got the money. Hell with it. So he gonna be an example of somebody who got paid over a hot streak, but I don't really know if he's the one to take you over.
So is he better than Wentz?
Johnson getting paid? Like,
is he better than Wentz or no? Does he deserve the money over Carson? Yes or no?
Statistically, yes. Like, he's been more all pros. He's got almost how much many yards? Like, it's
way more yards.
Can't get over the hump, but he gives it to you statistically, like a Peyton Manning. Remember, Peyton Manning gave it to you consistently, but he couldn't get you over the hump at all. I'm not comparing the two at all, but like, he gonna have to pay the money because he should have paid it before. And
yeah, facts. Damn, yeah. Before.
Like, unfortunately.
Well, the question is that, like, is that going to happen? I'm moving on to Jordan. Yeah. The question, Jordan, is should they pay him Dak? Do you think he's good enough to get paid?
Yeah, I mean, because I'm gonna say this. I mean, y'all know how diehard of an Eagles fan I really am. Yeah. So I'm really gonna sit here and say, like, if Carson got his money, Dak should get his money. You feel what I'm saying? He should get his money. To answer, like, and to answer your question about, like, is his numbers, does he have good numbers, or is it because they're always behind? You still gotta throw the ball. You still gotta throw the ball. You still gotta go throw the ball, go out there and get them numbers. You feel what I'm saying? He's had 3 straight games of over 450 yards.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. You feel what I'm saying?
Wait. How many touchdowns does Zeke have?
Not many.
Yeah, I'm saying
they're not running the ball like that.
Yeah.
Exactly my point. So they're not going with their best at, and that is like, he's just a glorified game manager, but it makes it he wins.
He more than a game manager. I wouldn't say that.
I'll say. I'll give him the fact that
he can't punch it in, bro. He can drive you down there, but he can't punch it in.
I'm not.
He got touchdowns. What you mean?
I'm not gonna lie. I said
how many total touchdowns did that guy? He got at least like 8 total, maybe more than that. Actually, I don't know.
I said that about I said that about him, about how he's a glorified game manager because they ran the ball a lot consistently before last year and this year. Why? Because I agree to Jeff's point. They want to justify the fact that they can give him this money. Last year, he led the league in yards, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think he did.
He's probably going to end up doing it again. And at the end of the day, I know you're saying, well, is it because they're behind or not? Well, they've been in every game that they played because of him. Coming from behind, throwing for 450 yards. If you could just do that shit in the first half, he might be in the MVP discussions. They might be 4-0. And he might have still threw for 450 yards.
So is the run not working?
I don't know what's not working.
You're not running.
That's all I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? I definitely think he should get paid. He should get his money.
But that's
he definitely should get his money.
Definitely should get his money. Because like I said, I wish Carson Wentz would throw over 450 yards.
He can't throw 250 yards right now.
Yeah. So you feel what I'm saying? I wish. You know what I mean? So
yeah. What about you, Tobi? You be quiet. What do you think? You think is he as good as his numbers say, or should he get paid?
His numbers are good. I wouldn't say he's as good as his numbers because they don't win. I feel like if you're getting all those yards and you always coming from behind and you're not winning, I can't really say you're good as those yards because they never equal into W's. But should they pay him? They should pay him because I don't know what they're gonna do if they don't pay him. Who are you gonna go to?
Right. There's nothing else out there.
They got the red rifle.
What do you say?
Yeah,
he said they got the red rifle.
Hell yeah. No, I'm not gonna trust that guy.
Shit, he could probably do the same shit Dak doing right now. Might get him a couple of wins.
Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, they should pay him. They owe it to him. But he gotta start getting some W's, like trailing all the time and scoring a lot of points and throwing for 450 yards while coming back and having to score like in the last minute of a game every single game. Yeah. Like that's gonna be hard to do. That's why they keep losing. They're always in these same situations.
You know who was doing that last year though?
Who?
You know who's done that a lot of his career because they've been ass?
Who?
Matt Stafford.
But they lose. Look at them. They lose.
Matt Ryan won MVP.
Wait,
he had an MVP, yeah.
Bro.
Huh?
Matt Ryan went to a Super Bowl.
I
know. But you feel what I'm saying?
His coaching guy.
You feel me?
The chip.
Yeah. But he should get paid. You feel me? Because there's quarterbacks that got to do shit like that because you have to do it. If they wouldn't be in the games if he didn't do it. So.
And the thing about the running game, they really don't run the ball a lot as often as they should. Like they'll start trending a little bit and they'll get rid of the whole running game and then start passing.
And Zeke been the answer for that.
But the O line not as good as it used to be. They got old stuff like that.
Yeah,
whatnot. So that's the problem too.
That pisses me off too because I claim Zeke the best back in the league, and they don't give him enough chances to show that.
You don't get enough chances.
Like they really don't. Like if they gave him like Christian McCaffrey, right? He's gonna get like running and throwing the ball combined at least like targeted touches, throwing and running 40 times a game. You can't tell me it's not. You can't tell me it's not 30 to 40 times a game.
It's about like 25. I'd say 25 to 30.
All right, 25 to 30. Yeah. Depending on how many times you get the ball, possession, time of possession, and all that. But I mean, 25 to 30. So I feel like if they did that for Zeke, he'd put up the same amount of numbers, maybe even better.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I don't like. Like they haven't used him properly. They haven't used him properly since Dak's contract has been a discussion. They really haven't used him properly since his contract has been a discussion.
Yeah, he got his money.
The first couple of years, they was running the rock. He was leading the league in yards, and Dallas was, in playoff contention. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but McCarthy wasn't McCarthy's guy. Maybe McCarthy don't like him that much. Who knows?
Well, that was the wrong coach to bring in trying to run the ball.
That's the wrong way of showing it. Let them throw it a lot.
Yeah, that too.
Right. All right. Moving forward, man. We'll talk about Bill O'Brien. Speaking of bad coaches, Bill O'Brien got fired finally and stuff like that. You got any ideas who might be a good fit for Watson and the Texans? Jordan, what you think?
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I'm just happy that they got him the fuck out of there because like he's wasted Deshaun Watson's prime years. Like they had a chance to go to the Super Bowl last year, and they fucking blew that shit. And I'm not gonna, put all the blame on O'Brien because Deshaun Watson was out there playing and blew a 28-point lead. So he's got to show that he can come in the clutch too. But I don't know. I really don't have anybody in mind. Like if you look at college, they had brought up like Lincoln Riley and like Dabo Swinney, and I'm tired of people. Yeah, I'm tired of the whole go get a college coach. I'm tired of that shit. Like
wasn't that his coach in college?
Yeah, he was, but come on, like I mean, we've only seen a handful of college coaches transition and do a good job. They might have a couple good seasons and they're out of the league, or they're back at a coordinator. Now, one guy that I have in mind, McDaniels, or Eric Bieniemy from the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, Bieniemy.
Bieniemy. I think he deserves a job. And Josh McDaniels has been a head coach. It didn't go that great, but he won a Super Bowl. He was the OC with Denver, right? Who was the OC with them when Denver won the bowl? He was the OC, right?
No.
He was. Who was the OC with them? Was it he? Did he coach for Denver though? He was a head coach.
He was the head coach for Denver, not the OC.
He was when Tebow was there.
But he got to the playoffs and he beat the Steelers in the playoffs.
Yeah. Right. So I think
I know Tobi was mad as hell that game too.
That's an ass of shit.
He was probably mad as hell that game.
Just imagine this losing to Tebow in the playoffs, bro.
Bro, wasn't you a Steelers fan back in that time? You was hurt too.
I was hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, you was hurt too.
Because he threw that pass. He beat us by throwing the ball too to make me mad too.
That was like the beginning of the end, like towards the defense. Like now we back up, but back then that was like
yeah.
Ike Taylor got burned at the end. It was honestly ugly. It was so ugly to see. He's throwing the ball like this. He's like, yo, what the fuck, nigga? Caught it and running like,
yo.
Terrible.
Horrible.
All right, what y'all think about O'Brien and the firing and who they might bring in? Jeff, what do you think about that?
The firing, damn, it's just hard, man. Like he been in the playoffs 4 times, right? And I don't know, they just can't get over the hump. Like, what is it about him? Now with the D-Hop trade, I think he knew he was on his way out, and I think that was the big like F you. Like, you know what? I'm gonna trade y'all this player since I know y'all gonna fire me now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then he got fired.
He set Watson up for failure, bro, with that one. That's crazy. That's ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, yeah, he deserved to get fired, but he did have some success. But then at the same time, like, who they gonna bring in? Josh McDaniel might be cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like that idea too. But I don't know. I guess him and Brady on the revenge tour to show they didn't need Brady. Him and Belichick, like, yo, we could do it with anybody. But McDaniels would be a good guy. But it's always good to go young. Like the Packers, I didn't know who that head coach was before he started playing there. Yeah. Like, I had no idea.
That's true. Packers, Rams, the young cats, stuff like that. That's not bad.
I had no idea.
Right. So, yeah. Tobi,
you got to been in the NFL, not straight from college though. That kills my shit.
Every college in football comes from college. Fool.
Nah, I mean like
smaller than others.
But I mean like a couple years in the NFL. Like Cliff Kingsbury got a job straight out of coming from college. Like he wasn't in the NFL before then. Now they were sucked last year.
But you was real happy when the Eagles first hired Chip Kelly though back then.
Hell no. Yeah, how that went.
He was nice at first.
So it's gotta be, I don't know.
Tobi, what you think about O'Brien firing and who they should get?
The Texans as an organization, this is their fault. This is their failure. You made him the head coach, but you also made him the GM. Traded a 2nd-round pick for Brandon Cooks, which they got this year. Gave up a 1st and a 2nd-round picks for Laramie Tunsil and Kenny Stills. Traded Jadeveon Clowney for a 3rd-round pick. Traded DeAndre Hopkins for David Johnson in the 2nd round. That was the worst one. That
that's horrible.
Was the worst trade. I don't think I've seen a more worst trade than that. That's like, you gotta compare that to some shit you see in the NBA like back in the day. Trade for like Pau Gasol. This trade was horrible.
Trading for Elton Brand.
I don't know how he expected to win games with without you just put away his number 1 wide receiver target. You trade him away. It was curtains. Like, I'm not even surprised that they're 0 and whatever right now, because who is he throwing to? Kenny Stills? I mean, you got him on your fantasy, but bro, he's not that. He's not gonna do it.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I had to go into his head and paint like what he wanted to see, I think he envisioned them being able to control the ball, run the clock, and spread the wealth around. Because if you have Will Fuller, Brandon Cooks, Randall Cobb, and Kenny Stills, they're not scrubs. That's a good 4 set of receivers. But they've gone into every game being down and getting trashed, and they can't protect.
But none of them getting double teamed though. They good, but they ain't commanding double team.
Will Fuller, you're not gonna. You have to prevent Will Fuller from taking the top off the defense. So you got to put a safety on his side.
He's light.
Will Fuller is a serious deep threat. All right, check the numbers.
Serious deep threat.
Yo, maybe Bill O'Brien, right, was doing a solid for Deshaun Watson. Maybe he was doing him a favor because they were going to do that anyway. They were going to fire him and break it all down. So maybe he just did a solid, like, look, we ain't really get over the hump. I know they're going to fire me. I'm going to just put you in a good position to make some trades and 1st-round picks. That's rebuilding.
I mean, we'll see. I think I'm happy it was time for him to go. And the boy from Atlanta, he's next. He probably get fired next week.
He need to go too. He's horrible. Oh my goodness.
Dan Quinn,
he's
next. Yeah, but by next Monday, he probably be fired. I'm sorry to say, or whatever. And I'm with Jeff, man. I feel bad for Julio, man, at this point, for real. So,
yeah, man.
Well, that's a little, off topic. But what next topic is because I think it's about 6 teams that are 2-2 right now. So what 2-2 has the 2-2 team? Sorry, has the best chance of making the playoffs? Tobi, what you think? I know you're looking at it. So
yeah, I'm looking at it.
Tell us who on there, Tobi. Tell us who on there.
All right, 2-2. You got the Cardinals, the Niners, 49ers, Saints, Panthers. And I think it's AFC is the Patriots, the Raiders, Patriots and Raiders.
Well, 16.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Patriots. I'm gonna go with the Patriots as the best chance to make the playoffs. The thing is, like, they're gonna be missing Cam. I don't know if Cam's gonna play next game or not, but I heard that he might. If Cam play, then I definitely do think they're gonna make the playoffs. They played good without him against the Chiefs. That defense is still good, yo. Bill Belichick, I don't know how the fuck he do it, yo, but he has so many people opt out. The only people I run from on the secondary is the McCourty brothers and
Gilmore,
which is good. They still have that veteran leadership back there. But I don't know how he does it. Like, they was holding down Kansas City for some time, but then
if they had a little better quarterback, they'd have won that game, bro, for real.
Yeah, they didn't have no quarterback play for us, so it wasn't gonna win that game. So I'm gonna go with the Patriots.
All right, Jordan, what you think out of 2-2 teams?
I'll go with the Saints, just because of the fact that they'll be able to get Michael Thomas back.
When's he coming back? Do you know?
I think it's right in this. They at first they were saying like at least by like week 7 or 8. I mean, but they have enough to get by. Even if Tampa Bay ends up winning the division, they'll be in a wild card. There's going to be 3 teams now to get in the playoffs, not 2. So you can't tell me that if you say the Bucks win the division, Seahawks win the division, say Dallas wins the division, and the Packers win the division, you can't tell me that the Saints aren't going to make the playoffs in the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
So the only teams that you can say that can even get a wild card, like, they're better than the Bears. You know what I'm saying? They're better than the Cardinals. They're better than the Rams, in my opinion. better than they could beat the 49ers, but if you're talking about locks, you know what I'm saying? You're looking at the 49ers and the Saints, and then whoever else is just a toss-up. So give them the Saints.
I already know who you're gonna say, Jeff.
Right.
No, actually, you know what? I agree with Jordan.
Okay.
I think the Saints. I think Michael Thomas is that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? And like, really, you still got Kamara. So when you get Thomas on the outside, number one, he's taking attention, and Kamara, like they just were last year, what? Just in the NFC Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Were they right? Yeah, they were. Nah, wait. They got to the divisional round.
Who?
They lost to the.
Saints.
Then they lost to the.
They lost to the Vikings.
They lost to the Vikings. Yeah.
In what, the first round?
Was that the first
It
round?
was the second round.
Bro, no, it was the first round, bro. It was
the first round.
Wild card.
It was wild card. Bro,
Wild card.
Okay, well, either way, I still like the Saints.
That's
Still
normal,
Drew
man.
Brees. If Tom Brady's still doing it, Drew Brees could do it, and still got Kamara. He's all pro. Like it's not like Kamara's chump change. You got all pro, so you get Michael Thomas back at any point. You
Right.
put all pro and all pro on the field around Hall of Fame. They'll score points, and the defense isn't that bad. Like honestly,
not at all. They got guys level.
Still got some of their key players. They got that 56 Demario Davis. He's a baller at linebacker. They still got some players in the defensive backfield. I mean, the Saints could be right back where they, 2-2. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. You know, it's sad because I would love to see the Arizona finally actually make it to the playoffs and whatnot. But I just want to see Kyler go to the playoffs, stuff like that. But I feel like they ain't gonna. What happened?
They'll be waiting forever for that.
I feel like they ain't gonna make it, man. And the Raiders definitely ain't gonna make it, Jeff. So I'm going with them. And I with you with Tobi, like with Cam, I'm like, yo, yeah, is he gonna play? Not gonna play? It's real tough with that situation. So if I had to look at it right now, without Cam being there, I probably would go with the Saints too. Yeah, I agree with y'all because I think Emmanuel Sanders can hold it down, like you said, while Thomas is out too. So
yeah, smart.
You guys definitely sold me on that on the Patriots. I'm sold on that video, by the way.
Oh yeah, that defense is crazy, bro. I'm telling you, I'm about to pick them up. My fantasy league. Like, yeah, nah. I kind of trust them a little bit, so I'm real with that. All right, next up, man, talk about receivers. All right, so I know how Jordan like to rank players, so let's rank the top 3 wide receivers right now, today in the NFL. Or not? Who would you go with?
Who you asking first?
You go ahead.
Oh, all right. So we can't nobody with injuries, right? Like nobody with
right
with
now,
injuries, right?
October 6th. Who would you say your best receivers?
So I can't really put Michael Thomas and Julio in it because they're both injured.
All right. Uh-huh.
Number one, I'm going DeAndre Hopkins.
All right.
Okay. Number 2, as of right now, Stephon Diggs. Number 3, DK Metcalf. Period.
Okay. I like that list. All right.
That's a stellar list.
And speaking of stellar list, let's hear yours, Jeff. What you got?
So,
it's rough without those 2 first guys being injured. For real.
I've been saying DK Metcalf, right? Like, I was shocked at his improvement from being, because he used to be remember he was big and fast and bulky. He didn't really have no move. And that's really like, that right there is why Russell gonna win MVP, because that dude is a number 1 receiver, right? So I'm like, wow, his growth and his ability to catch the ball. So am I in any order, or I'm just going out here?
Nah, just say 3. Ain't gotta be in that order.
I still like Tyreek Hill because speed kills.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he like, why he get knocked out the joint? Like, he's the fastest. Like, he had the.
I had him in top 5 from a while ago, like recently. But I the only reason why I didn't put him in there because like just as of like right now, like everybody's numbers are better. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's serious.
And Jordan, who did you say first?
He said Hopkins.
Oh, Hopkins.
I can't go against Hopkins because him and Kyler Murray right now look like they on the same page. And truthfully, if the other guy's hurt, like Thomas is a no brainer if he's not hurt.
Yeah.
Like I don't have any, you know what I'm saying? That's just how it is.
Yeah.
You know, and Julio, I guess he's hurt too, and he's my other one. Like, all right, if he wasn't hurt, I'd say Julio, and then I'd say Mike Thomas. You know what I'm saying? Before I say those other two guys.
All right. How about you, Toby?
I'm gonna do. I don't care who's hurt. I'm talking about if you play this season, I'm gonna put you up in there.
Okay. All right.
So top
right.
3: Hopkins.
Should be easy. No, it should be easy. Then.
Is it like what?
Hopkins, Julio Jones, and then I'm gonna put number 3. I'm gonna say right.
Yo, bro.
Jordan funny. I'm gonna say Tyreek Hill, number 3.
Where can you go with this?
He said Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
He said.
3.
No Mike Thomas?
That's what I'm saying. Where can you go with
Yeah, Mike Thomas. No, I'm not putting Mike Thomas in my top 3.
You bugging, bro.
Mike Thomas.
Yeah, you just said,
bugging,
bro. You
bro.
just said
Right now.
Like, bugging.
Hopkins, Julio, Tyreek Hill. Then I'll think about Mike Thomas.
All right, man. I ain't asked you for all that. I got you. You got to name the whole league. All right. I'm gonna name my 3. First of all, I'm really mad. I should have took that first trade Jordan offered me. I could have had Diggs right now on my team.
Yeah, I was like,
2 weeks ago. What was that trade? It was Diggs and who else?
I don't even know, bro. I don't know.
I forgot who you wanted though.
I think I was giving you both the Bills players that I had. I had
Mike, you shouldn't have asked me in front of him. You should have just kept it to the side. Like, you asked me,
but I offered him the same Joe just without Stephon Diggs. I offered him Fuller.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Anyway, now that trade, if I took that trade, it'd have been over.
I should have took a trade with that one, man.
Yeah, but it's all good though. But I'm gonna go. I like Jeff with Metcalf, man. I like Metcalf too, man, and Jordan with Metcalf. Hopkins, of course. This is in no order, and I mean, if I gotta go, Amari up there too, man. I might have to roll with Amari, bro.
Yo, I'm not sold on him anymore.
You're bugging.
Honestly, he's not. I don't even know if he's in my top 10 anymore.
Amari averaging 100 catches, 100 yards a game. He got 37 catches, bro.
Because they're down. Because they're down every game.
He's a loser too. He can't be.
And they have to throw to him.
He's a loser. He can't be in my top 5. He loses.
Yeah, I'm not. So he's. I don't even know.
Hopeful when it matters too. Hopeful when it matters too. That's the thing about him.
And also, Keenan Allen. So he another one that's nice as well.
Yeah, he low key. Yeah.
Come on, Mike. We ain't asked for that though. We want the top 3.
Yeah.
I ain't picked my 3rd one yet. I thought I might go with Amari. Yeah. But I think I'm gonna go with Keenan Allen. So I'm gonna go Allen, Metcalf, and Hopkins. Whatever.
Yeah, I can't argue that.
Yeah. Allen run great routes, and he nice, yo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I would probably take him. Like if you gave me a choice, Diggs over Allen, I would probably take Keenan Allen like on a regular day. But right now, like the Bills' offense, the way Stephon Diggs is playing, and like he's number one target for Josh Allen. They're going crazy.
They got 35 targets actually, so they are going crazy. They killing the game. But you know what else though? He do have big games. He do have big games and subpar games though. So you gotta watch.
Amari?
No, Amari definitely, but Diggs too. Actually, so
I hope finally like Keenan Allen had Phillip Rivers for a while, but I hope like he plays like at least 3-4 more years with Herbert. Herbert for them is going to be serious, man.
Because matter of fact, what happened was you offered me that trade. The game before that, he had 49 yards, 6 catches. So I was like, nah, fuck Diggs. I ain't on that. That's why I ain't
the word facts. Yeah, facts.
That's why I ain't taking that. So yeah, he be having up and down games and stuff like that, bro. But now he good though. All right, what's next on the agenda? Hold on 1 second. I think we're up to the point where we've ranked. Oh no, the Raiders. The Raiders. Was the Raiders 2-0 start fool's gold at this point? And Jeff, what do you think, man? Since it's your team.
I mean, no. I mean, let's be for real. Like, it's a bunch of teams at 2-2 that still got a chance to make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We just gotta. I don't know. Jacobs is limited, but they giving him limited touches. I mean, I know our cornerback suck, but I thought our receiver was gonna have a field day with getting rugged, and he hasn't. You know, just regular. You know, he doesn't take the deep ball shot. He feeds Waller, which is good, but like you see, Bill Belichick shut us all the way down with Waller, like one
Mhm.
catch. So I mean, if we can get back to Jacobs and throwing in some little scat backs, and then maybe going over the top of rugs, I mean, 2-2 is like 0-0. We're not losing. We ain't really up, but we ain't losing.
Yeah, but y'all
So
lost two in a row though. Oh no.
yeah, I mean, we won two in a row too, so we obviously know how to turn things around.
Mhm.
But you know, we'll get back to it. It's just 2-2. It's not cooling off. It's nothing. It's just you winning and you losing at the same time.
All right, Drew, what you think about the Raiders right now?
Hey, honestly, I would love to take the chance to throw some shots at the Raiders right now. I'm not gonna lie, because I like shot at everybody's team, not the Eagles. But I'm not gonna call it fool's gold. They played some pretty decent teams. Look at their schedule so far over the course of 4 games. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna call it fool's gold, and they still got a chance.
Who they play next?
Who you guys got next, Jeff?
Chiefs.
I don't even know.
Come
Yeah,
on, man.
got the Chiefs. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
rough.
Chiefs.
That's rough.
They can hold that L.
I, but if you
Huh?
look, but if you do look, I'll say this: if you do look at them, right, like they're definitely the second best team in the division right now. So when you look at the locks in the uh, playoffs, you look at like okay, Bills, Ravens,
Chiefs.
Chiefs, and what's the other division? I don't remember. Damn, that's a rough one. Who else is in that division?
We say the Bills, the Ravens,
Bills,
the
Ravens,
Chiefs, the what Texans,
Steelers.
Titans, right?
Titans,
Titans,
Titans.
Titans. Yeah. So you look at the four division wins. The Raiders
Now
are going to
that
be
Titans
fighting.
division might have two with Pittsburgh. So
Nah, that's the other division.
oh, that's
They
Baltimore.
Colts.
Oh
The
yeah.
Colts are doing all right too. The Colts are 3-1, so they're going to have to fight. But if you look at them, the Raiders are going to be fighting with like the Colts, the the Patriots, the Browns. I think they could. I think they could definitely squeeze in. Like you know what I mean? I really do.
And it's funny, we beat the Browns and we beat the Colts last year, didn't we? And that's funny because we'll beat those teams. The
Mm-hmm.
Patriots might, they already smashed us. So, um,
You already had. That's the thing. I played some teams. Like I played the Patriots, the Saints, and the Bills, and y'all 2-2. Who's your first game against?
Carolina.
That's what I'm saying. Like they 2-2. You can't really sleep on them. They played three of the best. Arguably, they played three of the top 10 teams in the league. Like, and they went 2-2. So you can't even sit there and be like, nah, you feel me? They got a
But
shot.
it's the 2 game backslide. It ain't 1-2. It ain't 1-1-1-1. It's
Right. That's the
two
problem.
two
Yeah.
game backslide.
But you ran into the Patriots and the Bills. I mean,
Okay. I mean, if they the cream of the crowd, and look how we fared against them. I think we got smacked
well,
both games.
but we saying just playoffs. They got a shot. They got a shot. I'm gonna give them a shot. They got a shot.
All right. Oh, Toby, what you think, Toby?
It's still early to say fool's gold. They beat the Panthers week 1. They beat the Saints, which is a good team.
Right.
Week 2, they beat them convincingly by 10. But then the Patriots kicked their ass, and the
Yeah.
Bills won by a touchdown. So I mean, the next 2 games they played the Chiefs, and then they played the Buccaneers. So that game, those 2 games is gonna say a lot about them, how they even compete. Maybe if they go 1-1 in these 2 games, that would be a good look. That because that means
Right.
it'd be either the Chiefs or the Bucks.
Right.
But if they go 0-2 and
It's
they
over.
losing by 7 to 10 points again each game, then you'll really see like, yo, they really not. You really shouldn't fear them at all, I guess.
We might
Yeah.
have a good game this game, to be honest with you, real quick, because they just fined all the Raiders for being at Darren Waller's little function, right, for not
Yeah.
wearing a mask.
Bullshit.
So
Mhm.
now they might have a chip on their shoulder to come out, and it might be competitive with the Chiefs because they want to stick it to somebody for us
Yeah.
getting fined. So
How much time and how many years they still owe Carr right now?
Like 4.
Damn.
That's your quarterback, man. That's
I
your
mean,
quarterback.
But he only like 2 years in from the
deal.
But he's not the problem, though.
I don't think he's the problem either. I mean,
yeah, he's not the problem.
He ain't the solution.
He's not all the way the solution, but
he ain't the problem, bro.
He leaving it to question for sure.
He's better than a lot of starting quarterbacks in 2020.
Nah, only because he runs the type of offense that Gruden runs. He doesn't take the deep ball shot, and that's the problem. Everybody else can go deep.
Jeff, this guy was
in the
MVP talks 4 years ago.
Oh,
bro, that's a long time ago, bro. That's a long time ago.
I'm just saying.
That time has passed. I don't think.
Why y'all talking about old MVP races like Wentz or whatever? Like that time has passed, bro.
Bro, you can't.
He don't look that good anymore. He don't look as good as he did that year.
Bro, but they don't. Bro, they don't have the same weapons that they had that year. What do you mean? Amari Cooper looked like an all-world wide receiver.
Well, they might have better weapons now, right? They got Ruggs. They got Waller.
They got Waller. They got. I mean,
come on.
Better Jacobs.
Huh?
You saying y'all got better weapons now than y'all did when y'all went to the playoffs and he got hurt?
Yo, yeah. Like
I don't know, bro. That's rough.
Waller, what tight end on the team was better than Waller?
I mean, no, but at the wide receiver.
What receiver was better than Waller?
Amari Cooper, y'all talking about they gave y'all 3. How many first round picks they gave y'all for Amari? They was talking about Amari is a top 5 wide receiver. And who's the other running receiver y'all had who was nasty?
Ooh, Michael Crabtree.
Y'all had, it was Crab. Yo, you can't tell me y'all wasn't putting them crazy numbers with Crabtree and Cooper, bro.
It actually was.
Y'all was killing him. I'm like,
but Cooper didn't work out after.
I mean, he folded.
And he folded now because he definitely not worth all the stuff that we got for him.
I just don't think Carr. I feel like you not giving enough credit to him, bro.
Nah, he like a game manager, glorified game manager.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, he is more of a game manager than Dak is. I'll tell you that right now.
He got $25 million a year for it. He don't, like I said, he don't take deep shots. He don't like no risk, no nothing. Like he go like 24 for 30. You know what I'm saying? 300 yards with 2 touchdowns.
If y'all go 0-2 in the next 2 games, y'all 2-4, y'all might as well tank for Trevor. Try to get Trevor.
Yeah. I think that's what he's gonna do anyway. He's already Clemson West out there.
Yeah, might as well. But moving forward, man. Speaking of, you said the Waller with the party and the mask, man. What y'all think about the games being postponed because of the COVID tests, and how it might affect the season? It just keep happening every week, stuff like that. Jeff.
Well, I mean, our greatest fear has come to fruition. So we just gotta see how they respond to it, man, and how rampant it gets, because we knew this would be the case. And this could change the complexity of seasons for some teams, because what if they postpone a game to where a team got a tough team run, where they play like 2 tough teams, and then they postpone another tough team to be right behind it? That could make or break a season.
Right.
Just as far as like the level of competition throughout the season. So,
or even how much time off a team get to get healthy, like the Steelers and Titans right now, or whatever. That's mad time
but at
off.
some point you're gonna repay for that, because you're gonna have a tough stretch of tough games back to back to back, like
with the bye week.
And that could break your season. Like, dang, like, all right, a team could go from having a bye in the 7th or 8th, week, and then they get pushed up to, a different time.
Okay, Jordan, what you think about it though? I know you always say it don't matter, and keep playing regardless and stuff. So.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. I mean, but it is what it is. It's pretty. It was nice though to have 2 games on Monday. So the thing I like is, it was cool. I mean, you feel me? We can have more football. They got to reschedule a game. Maybe put it on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. So to me, I just look at it as more football to watch during the week. You know what I'm saying? But in regards to like, what Jeff was saying, in regards to like, strategically and all that, it's definitely going to hurt teams, because, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially for, like, I know, well, they ended up canceling the Steelers and the Titans game, but at first it sounded like they wanted to play. And it was like, well, the Steelers have been practicing normal and the Titans haven't. Now, to an extent, I mean, that isn't fair and advantage, but at the end of the day, you got to go line up and put your helmet on and go play football. So, you know what I'm saying? But as far as, like strategically, I think it'll definitely be a problem for teams, like Jeff said, with, having to, you might have 2 or 3 games that, could change your season because they might be two of the 3 teams, best teams that y'all play all year because you had to cancel, a game from, week 5 and put it in week 8 or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and if without practice, like you want to like put some new plays in, some new whatever, like that's the tough part without practice or whatever. I know Tobi was like happy at first. He might have got an easy win, but didn't happen. What you think about the Tobi thing?
That was gonna be a good game too. That's gonna
be a good game. I mean, the only thing about it is now, like, we don't have a bye week now. Like, we just took an early ass bye. Our bye wasn't this week. It was gonna be like week 7 or 8, and now we're gonna have to play the rest of the season. If we go to the playoffs, it's just a long grind.
So you upset?
I'm upset as a team aspect because now we took a early ass bye. This bye was rough. We played 3 games and now we on a bye week, so now we don't have no more byes. So now we just playing the rest of the season. So that's the only aspect of it. But it's like, it's part of the COVID shit. It's what happened to us. We just caught the wrong end of it. Tennessee was wild, and I don't know what they was doing over there. Everybody was catching it. Nobody wanted to chill. They should have just let whoever was positive just play. They took away our week, and if they're gonna take that out, that's on them. They should have been following protocol. They should have been keeping their 6 feet and being, safe. Now we got to pay for it.
Bro,
now we got to. It's like how is Cam the only Patriot they got out of the whole team?
Well, yo, you know what's crazy? That's I don't understand that shit either. But the crazy thing is, the Chiefs' backup quarterback got it too. How the hell is he the only one that got it?
That's what I'm saying. Like how Cam the only one that got it in the whole team?
Word up. Like that shit is weird. Like we don't know too much about the virus anyway, but that concerns me too. Like, well, how the fuck is he the only one that got the shit? It ain't like
because if I had to trade, I'd rather had a bye than lose my starting QB for the week and have to play without him or whatever. Give me the bye.
Well, look,
word up,
right?
So you feel me?
Maybe
you know how he got it. You know how he probably got it though, right?
Maybe the dude girl was cheating on her dude with Cam, and she gave both of them, like, because the backup quarterback for the Chiefs, like, maybe he got a girlfriend. Cam came through. She had it, gave it to him and him.
I was telling people, I'm like, yo, he probably got that shit from a chick, real rap.
Man, that's too odd.
Because I know if it was the same situation, you'll be mad as hell if they still played without Wentz instead of postponing the whole game or whatever.
What the fuck will make a difference?
All right, let's go to Tobi. Would you rather have to play the game then or play without Ben? Stuff like that.
Man, play the game. It's like, nah.
Play the game.
I mean, their quarterback, Tennessee, I don't think their quarterback was even tested positive. It was, I mean, if the quarterback is still good to go, then the game got to go. But if the quarterback is out, then all right, I understand.
Yeah, because if you look at the game, the Patriots, they only lost because they have Cam. I swear to God. Like, they had Cam, they won that game.
The quarterback's not there. That's the most important position. So you're going to got to postpone. You shouldn't have to postpone.
So you saying you think it should be an option for them?
I think that's what it needs to be. If the quarterback, you're about to lose your whole quarterback.
But you can't, though, because you're the other team. But the other team, you can't even do that though, because if you choose to have a bye because your quarterback got the shit, and you don't want to go out there without your starting quarterback, they can't do that to the other team. That ain't fair to the other team.
Well, how do you think we feel? Steelers. It's happened to us.
Y'all still 3-0. Y'all still 3-0. Still number one in the division.
But we call it, now we had to take our bye early.
That's cool.
Because of some positive tests.
But what's wrong with
we don't even know if the quarterback, it's not like they came out saying Ryan Tannehill was the one that had it. If he was good to go, he gotta go play. He gotta go make it work.
I mean, but they had 18 people.
Well, 18 players though. It was 18.
No, I know it was half and half. So, I mean, like.
So the Pats would have been better having more people have it than just having Cam have it, basically. They would have.
So you saying fuck the 9 players, all the rest of the players come out there and play ball.
I'm saying that it sucks because in one instance he get the bye, but I'm with you. That's better than losing the game because then you ain't have your quarterback there. For the Pats, they probably would have better off having more players have it because they would have had their quarterback there. So if you're losing like Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson or Patrick Mahomes, like that's almost automatic L's you're gonna catch. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's a crazy. Like Jeff said, it could change your whole season, whether you're in the playoffs or not. Like it's so much, man. So like this Super Bowl winner, it's gonna be crazy how it comes out at the end of the day or whatever. And God forbid this happened for a playoff game with a quarterback. Oh my God, like that'd be ridiculous.
And they're gonna do the shystest shit ever. They're gonna hold the game till 2 weeks from then. Because they're going to want them to be on the game. They're going to want them to be on the fucking field. They're going to do the craziest shit ever. They're not going to, they ain't going out like that.
Oh, the NFL?
Yeah, you know they ain't going out like that. Let Patrick Mahomes come up with some COVID and championship game. Tell me they don't extend that shit 10 days.
Tell me they don't extend that. You're probably right.
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't. This championship, it would get the asterisk. Like COVID Mahomes taken out of it like that. They wouldn't stop a whole game for it. No way. It'd just be one of those things where like, oh, y'all ain't
they're gonna be like, yeah, well, he tested positive and then they tested positive. We're just gonna flex it to next week. And they'll quarantine for 10 days and they'll be ready. Fuck out of here.
They might. They
might. They like their ratings anyway. And the NFL is all about the gambling. Like this affects the money and the betting and stuff like that. A lot of it. So I'm sure a lot of money. Actually, they probably lost though. Probably a lot of money went on the Chiefs for that game. They probably wound up losing. To be honest with you, but
I was like, if Cam plays, they win. Yeah. Like if Cam plays, they win for sure. Yeah. And I'm shocked. I said I'm like last week when you talked about who is going to continue to go undefeated. I'm like, you gotta watch out because the Patriots can get them. I really wish he could have played because they had him, and I'm really believing in that system. Like you asked us last week about Brady and Bill. I'm gonna give it to Bill, man. Real shit.
That defense is crazy, bro.
He's different. I'm like, what the fuck?
And him and McDaniels, they like a well-oiled machine and stuff like that. That's why McDaniels rather stay there. Because remember he had a job in Indy and he went back to be an OC there and stuff like that. Or whatever. So
what's the name?
I've been saying for years to y'all, like I never count the Patriots out. Like I've been saying this for years. Like I don't bet against them, man.
You know what's crazy now? That at one point they said Cam had to battle for the starting job. I'm like, these dudes were bums. I can't believe he was battling.
It was drunk as hell.
They're just saying that for the media and stuff.
Oh yeah, they crazy.
He had the job.
Even though like Patriot Way protocol.
Even though Stidham came in there and gave him some juice.
Man, he threw trash, bro.
He threw that dumbass pick at the end, but he gave him a little bit of juice. He gave him a little bit. Yeah, he is ass. But Edelman, you know who's really terrible? Edelman.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's them concussions, bro. It's them concussions. He got hit too many times. He's scared.
Fuck around, bro. Like that was the worst game I ever seen him play.
Well, he lead the league in drops since like last year, bro. He was dropping
a lot of attempts.
Anyway, man, moving forward, man. All right, it's that time again, fellas. Each person gives a lock of the week and the upset for the upcoming week. Let's start with Tobi because he's been looking.
I was looking. I looked at the lock. Cowboys versus Giants. Cowboys are horrible. Giants are also horrible, but the Cowboys are going to win that game. That's a fucking lock. Put the crib on it. Upset of the week.
Cowboys are going to. Wow, I can't believe it.
I got the Titans over the Bills. The Bills are undefeated. Are they both undefeated?
Yeah.
They're both undefeated. But I'm pretty sure the Bills will be favored in that game because people are saying they're better. And I think that Titans are probably going to win. Good defense. Derrick Henry running the ball. They're going to control the clock. I got the Bills. I got the Titans over the Bills.
Is with the upset?
Upset.
Okay.
Jeff, you ready? What you got?
Yeah, so now this is contingent though. So is Cam gonna play?
We don't know.
We don't know yet, bro.
All right. So if Cam plays, I got the Patriots over the Denver Broncos.
Lock.
Denver Broncos are terrible. And if Cam plays, as a matter of fact, Belichick might just He's just gonna beat them. Like he's
He
just
gonna
too
beat
much of
them.
a brain trust. He's gonna beat them. My upset of the game of the week might be uh
Don't do it.
I know
nah,
somebody's gonna
I ain't
do it.
gonna do it because it would be a little upset, or would it really? I don't know.
I know
But
somebody gonna do it.
You know who gonna do it.
Yeah, I know you.
nah, ain't no upset. I mean, the Eagles over Pittsburgh
I knew
Steelers.
somebody. I knew somebody's gonna do it. That's
That's
exactly
my
what
upset,
Jordan was
man.
about
Like,
to put that. That's Jordan upset too.
Go ahead,
because
Jordan.
it
That's
might
yours
happen.
too.
'Cause like I said,
Go ahead, Jeff. Go ahead and finish.
Nah, go
Wentz
ahead,
had a
finish.
pretty accurate game. I mean, I'm not saying he good, he trash. I just think he got the ability to spark a run, and that's it. And I just think they might beat the Steelers. The Steelers, that time off might have been too much time. They might be rusty.
Yeah, they
So
did us
now
dirty.
we like, hold up, catch a rusty team coming back off the bye with the Eagles team coming back off a momentous win. They might upset the Steelers.
Jordan.
So my lock is the Cardinals over the Jets. Book it.
Mm,
Jets suck. Upset of the week, as Jeff said it. Philadelphia Eagles versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. And
Wow.
here's why. First of all, this is the Battle of Pennsylvania. We're 1-2-1. We need to keep pace with Dallas, regardless. Regardless of the record, we need to keep pace with Dallas. So Dallas has an easy game against the Giants, right? So this is another must-win game. And it seems like every time the Eagles are in a must-win game, they show up. And like I said, if the defensive line can play like they did against the 49ers, they have a chance to beat anybody. They could be rusty coming off a bye week. They like to throw the ball all around the yard, and Steelers don't run the ball that well. So you're not going to be able to run the ball on us. You got to throw back 40 times, and let's see what you can do. If we can get pressure, we're going to be in that game. Because last on Sunday was the best play calling that Doug P had all year. Now they defense is serious, but the 49ers defense ain't they not scrubs neither. So they can get Wentz outside the pocket. He gets comfortable. He can make some throws. Like I seen him, he made this one throw to Boston Scott, came out the pocket, stiff arm Armstead. Armstead is a top 5 DN. He ranked in the PFF top 5 pass rushers this year. Stiff armed him, threw a bullet. Shit like that, we only see a couple quarterbacks do. So he has the talent. He just gotta keep doing that shit every week. Get more consistent.
Man, he ain't got no talent. All right. I'm gonna take you. I thought Jeff was gonna say Raiders over Chiefs, honestly. So I was like, don't do that at all. But
That's an emotional pick.
like Jordan right now.
I'm just and for real, we gonna get that win.
But I definitely like the Cowboys as the lock with Tobi, and I think it's not really a huge upset because they won at 3, but I'm gonna go with the Texans 0-4 over the Jaguars as far as getting their first win, stuff like that. So that's what I'm gonna go with. All right, I'm moving forward, man. 1 through 5 now. Rankings. What you got, Jordan?
All right, so I got the Chiefs at number 1. Okay, this is gonna be major. This is major news here. You guys are like, what the? But I'm not gonna lie. I really didn't like how the Seahawks slipped up against Miami. Like, I feel like they should have blew them out of the water, and they didn't. So I got the Chiefs at number 1. I got the Buffalo Bills at number 2.
Okay.
I got the Ravens
at the wagons. But
I got the Buffalo Bills at number 2. I got the Ravens at number 3. I still got the Seahawks at number 4, even though they struggled against the Dolphins. And then I got the Packers still at number 5. The Packers have played nobody. They played the Saints. So.
All right. Jeff, what you got?
Jordan, you contradict yourself. You say that Packers played nobody and they played the Saints, right? But then when you talked about the Raiders, you said that we beat a good team in New Orleans by 10.
But no, I'm saying that's the only team that's the only good team they played. You feel me? Like, so I'm only going off of
Okay,
like what I'm saying. Like they only
I
played
got you.
and that's why I put the Bills at number 2 because I'm like they beat the Rams. I put them in my top 5. I'm not calling the Raiders slouches.
I got you. So I'm gonna go with the Chiefs, the Packers, Bills, the Seahawks. Is that 5?
Not as 4.
That's fine.
Tennessee.
Okay.
Tobi's
Cause they win on the road. Tennessee wins on the road. So any team that can win on the road is, they 2-0 on the road already. So they got out to a good record playing in other arenas. I know it ain't the crowd and everything, all that, but they out there on the road winning. That means they gonna win when they come home.
they got the formula. They got the perfect formula.
Tobi,
So,
1
I
through
got
5.
the Chiefs number 1, number 2, Green Bay Packers, number 3, Baltimore, number 4, Seattle, number 5, Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
Wait,
I got
number 1, Tobi?
What you say?
Wait, who you had at number 1?
Chiefs, of course.
We all got Chiefs at 1. I got Chiefs at 1 too. I'm gonna go number 2 with the Packers as well. I'm gonna go number 3 actually with the Steelers, who y'all forgetting for some reason. Like they're not undefeated. I'm gonna go with the
out of sight, out of mind.
I see. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks at number 4, and then the Bills circling the wagons at number 5. That's my top 5.
Oh,
Damn.
Ravens, you either, Mike?
Damn, y'all doing Bills dirty.
How? I got them in top 5. Bills. I got Bills in top 5. How is that?
The Bills look like
number 4 was Seahawks. It was it's Chiefs, Packers, Steelers, Seahawks, Bills.
damn. Y'all that fuck Baltimore. All right.
I mean,
Baltimore.
Baltimore got exposed to me a little bit against the Chiefs, so I
There
got
you go. Like
They ain't that good, man. They ain't that good.
But it's against the best team in the NFL. They're
Not on
gonna
defense though.
Was it competitive?
They're gonna railroad everyone else. We knew this.
It wasn't competitive though, man.
At all, and not on defense. The Chiefs defense ain't great. It's okay. It's all right.
It wasn't competitive, man.
They're gonna railroad everybody.
It's like, oh, the makeup came off while you was at the hotel.
It's like,
it's
like the Chiefs, Ravens, the field.
Nah.
Nah. I mean, I didn't have them at number 2 because they did get exposed.
To me, it's the Chiefs then the field. It's Chiefs versus the field. To be honest, the Ravens ain't really.
I mean, no, I feel you on that.
Bless you.
Thank you. All right. Well, I don't turn this down to 2 minutes because we didn't really need 3, but you might not even need 2. So, 2 minutes. Go ahead, Tobi. What you got?
2 minutes. What do I got? The NFC East is still a horrible division. Every week it just gets uglier and uglier. We thought the Cowboys were gonna play a competitive game. They came back and they lost by 9 or almost 10. It was still hideous.
11.
I was watching something earlier. It was like, yo, the division winners shouldn't get a home game. They really shouldn't. If they don't have a winning record, or if they're 7-9 or 8-8, we're tired of the mediocrity. We need to punish them for being so trash. So whoever wins the division shouldn't get a home field advantage in the first round. The Indianapolis Colts, their defense is legit. I don't know what's going on over there, but they be clamping people up. To me, Phillip Rivers is still washed. T.Y. Hilton and them, they don't do nothing over there, but they still win games. That's impressive. Josh Allen is nice. He's better than I thought he would be. Him and Stephon Diggs, they going crazy over there. They really impressing me over there. They're really becoming a legitimate threat. Because even last year they were good but last year I still looked at them and I was like, they're not really a threat like that. Their offense to me wasn't their offense is so much better now with Stephon Diggs, so much better. So they are really a threat. The Chiefs are clearly the best team in the entire league. Even games like against the Patriots, right? And people say if Cam was there, they would have won. I still feel like it's hard for you to say that because I feel like that changes the dynamic of the games. Like maybe they would have won, maybe they still would have lost because I feel like the Chiefs could pull out W's anyway, anyhow. When you think they're down, they still come back, they still win. They're a strong team,
They was
and
winning the game. They was winning that game with Cam.
I mean, like I said,
They
I
gave
feel
him
like
more.
once you get into the game,
The Chiefs
things change. Things
All
too
change.
right.
many
Oh,
chances.
all right. Time's up. All right.
That's it. Yeah.
Jordan, what you got for me, man? 2 minutes.
So I mean, you guys know how I feel about the Eagles. A team that I'm interested in seeing is Cleveland. I think they finally figured out their identity. They figured out the formula, and they got the players to do it, offensively and defensively. Odell is finally coming into his own with them. They know that they can pound the rock on anybody, and they can throw play action, and you can't man those two guys up. You can't run man. You can't man those guys up. You just can't. So I really want to see what they do against the Colts, who, like Tobi said, have arguably the best defense in the NFL this year. So I definitely want to see how they look. I don't really have too much else.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, you look. Well, one more thing is, Jeff, you talked about this last year, and then coming into this year about Buffalo, and Tobi, you just said something, but Josh Allen is the key for them.
Mm-hmm.
He's honestly starting to show me, like, and this is my personal preference. You guys might think I'm crazy, but today, right now, October 6th, when it matters the most, give me Josh Allen over Lamar Jackson, because Lamar Jackson can beat you from the pocket. I mean, Josh Allen can beat you from the pocket, period.
Mm.
He's going to go as far, like, he's going to take them, like, you know what I'm saying, as far as he can go, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, if the main thing for them was, can he beat you from the pocket? He couldn't do that last year. He couldn't do it his rookie year. It'd be times where, he'd roll out the pocket, make a play with his legs. But when you need him to stand in there and throw the ball accurately, like, he's done it. And he's done it against some two decent teams the past 2 weeks. Like, the Rams are not scrubs and the Ravens are not scrubs.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be interesting to see when he comes up for his payday next year, or what happens with him, stuff like that.
So he made that leap. He made that leap that you want a lot of other quarterbacks to make. Like, he made that leap that Lamar Jackson needs to make. You feel what I'm saying? In regards to throwing the ball from the pocket. So I think they can be a bigger threat to the Chiefs than the Ravens can in the playoffs, because just from the simple fact that he can beat you both ways, with his legs and from the pocket. Lamar Jackson can't do that just yet. So I really like what the Bills have in Josh Allen. He's for real.
All right, Jeff, your time.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting, man, about this whole COVID thing, right? Because
Yeah.
look, this is an interesting thing. Like a star quarterback just couldn't play, and his team took an L because of COVID. Like, this
Right.
isn't good. Like, this is gonna start messing up a lot of stuff, as far as like betting, just ambitions for the season from different teams. It's gonna throw a monkey wrench in here. So I wanted to see how the NFL do this. They cannot put the NFL in a bubble.
Mm-hmm.
It's just too big.
Mm-hmm.
Pause. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't really know how they gonna compete with people breaking the rules. Now I guess they'll be more strict, but then this gonna be another asterisk filled season where it's like, hey, it's gotta be asterisk because this person got sick with COVID and couldn't play in X, Y, and Z. So, like, unless they figure something out, that's what we're gonna have basically. Like, oh, we're gonna start seeing people miss games, and it's gonna be important, man. So we'll
Do you
see.
think? Let me ask you something real quick. Do
Right.
you think they could do something similar as to how the NBA kind of did it, to where, like,
No, I just
you
said
can
that.
nah,
No
but hear me
way
out.
they can do a bubble with the
You can
NFL. It's too many players.
no, but you can have a bubble. Like, for example, I mean, you can have it to where they already have team hotels that fit the whole team. So why can't you be there throughout the week and then travel? The NBA was away from their families for how long? And how long they been away from their families? How long was they away? They started
80
in what?
something days, 90 days,
You feel what I'm saying? So
3 months.
I get the NFL season is a little bit longer, but that's what you got to do, and that's what you got to do, because that's what you're getting paid to do. They have
So
team
you're
hotels.
saying they go to team hotels. Well, what are gonna practice at throughout the week though?
I mean, that's the only. I mean, you stay at the team hotels, go to the practice facility, come back to the team hotel. If you want to allow families to be at the team hotel, that's your choice.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like if I'm playing your team, right, and I'm on the road, then where will I practice at throughout the week? You saying?
I mean, they don't go to the following cities until like a couple of days before the game. They don't land
but they
during the
still
week.
traveling
If
though.
it's a bubble, they
Yeah, I mean,
always
yeah,
be
that's the
there.
only thing that you have. Keep the bubble there. Keep the bubble in your hometown. When it's time to travel, yeah, that's the only issue. Other than that, I don't see why they can't do it that way. They already had team hotels that fit the whole team.
Do you think
And then
the
they got
players? So you saying the
well.
players, even at home, even though their house might be down the street, they stay at the team hotel all week, every week.
And that's what they got to do. That's what they got to do.
Nah,
The NBA did that shit, and the NBA, the Orlando Magic did it. Shit.
Impossible. It's 53 men on the roster.
First of all,
they have hotels for the entire team. They had team hotels, bro.
And it wasn't the whole NBA either. It was only like 22 teams.
Exactly.
I know that, but you do it in each city. You're in your own city. You have a team hotel in your own city. You have a team hotel for when the opposing players come and stay in a hotel too. They have enough. They have hotel space to put 53 players because they do it every week. So you can't tell me you don't got.
I feel you, but you still got an issue with the other team coming in from another city. You don't know what they got, and they're gonna play you right before the game and stuff like that. So, but I hear you. That'll probably be better than what they got now. Just going home every day, see your friends and family. Because Cam put up somebody who wasn't on the team. So yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah. So and that's straight. I'm with Jeff on the whole Astros thing too, man. That's you never know, man, how this thing could turn out, you know, with the whole practicing and not and the COVID. Like I said, a star quarterback get it before a playoff game. Oh my God. Only thing, Jordan, they might postpone is a Super Bowl for that. But anything else, they're gonna play straight through. Yeah. So my thoughts are on the MVP, like we talked about before, man. I think that it's going to come down to the last week or two. I think Aaron and Russell will battle throughout the entire year, and I don't think nobody else going to come close to them this year. To be honest with you, nah, hell no. Mahomes, he kind of having a subpar year. He's not having his best year or whatever like that. But they also more balanced right now with Edwards-Helaire. So that's also, you know, making his numbers down. Mahomes is mad efficient, but he threw for 236 yards. And like even against who was that? The other game they struggled and won. Who the Chargers?
I remember.
Whatever.
Chargers.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like he ain't lighting it up right now, or whatever. He was going to catch it dub. So I think it's going to be between Rodgers and Wilson throughout the year. But I still think Wilson will win at the end of the day. So that's my only take I got. MVP. So, for another episode of Beyond the Trenches, episode 4, I'd like to thank our esteemed panel, Toby, Jeff, and Jordan. Shouts out to Ravi, you know, the pretty boy from Philly. See when he comes back next time. And, you know, we appreciate you guys watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Fellas.